Hi everyone! You've all probably heard of Sherlock Holmes, the fictional character created by Arthur Conan Doyle. He is a brilliant private detective, and there is no crime that he cannot solve. But what about you? Have you ever dreamed of becoming a detective, of solving sinister crimes based on barely noticeable leads, of untangling a web of events unrelated at first sight? Well, today we'll offer you the opportunity to get your brains out of neutral. Here are 5 criminal puzzles that will blow your mind. Let's get it on. 2 parachutes. A young man hijacked a passenger plane. He ordered the pilot to fly to the nearest airport and put forward his demands. He wanted $10 million and 2 parachutes. Once the plane landed, the hostage taker received the money and the parachutes. Then he ordered the pilot to fly up again. Sometime after, he put on one of the parachutes, took the money and jumped out. He left the second parachute on board. Why did the hijacker ask for 2 parachutes if he used only one of them? He needed 2 parachutes so that the police would think that he wanted to jump along with the hostage. That's why they gave him 2 good, non-faulty parachutes. If he would have asked just for one, it would be clear that he needed it only for himself, and the police could have given him a broken one. Smartass. Well, let's move on. Agatha Christie's death. This time, the detective was called to a quite unusual crime site. The victim was a girl named Agatha Christie, who was seriously ill. She was killed with a huge pair of sharp scissors, but she had not been cut or stabbed. In fact, there was no blood at all. The scissors were used in a different way. How did the killer put an end to the girl's life? She was ill, therefore she was in the hospital, and the murderer used the scissors to cut her oxygen pipe. Conan Arthur's death. Conan Arthur's body was found lying on the ground near a 7-story building. Until the police arrived, only one thing was clear. The man fell out through a window and died. When the detective arrived, he entered the building and went to the flat in the first floor, right upon the place where the body was found. He opened the window and threw a coin. He went to the next floor and did the same thing. He went to each floor and successfully repeated the process in all of them. After that, he returned to the ground floor and announced that the man had been murdered. How did the detective know? The detective had to open the windows on every floor in order to throw the coin. If the man would have jumped, one window would have been open, but all windows were closed. So the killer threw the victim out of the window and closed it afterwards. A simple yet ingenious solution. Let's move on. Phyllis Dorothy's death. When the police arrived at the house of Phyllis Dorothy, she had been dead for a few hours. She had a revolver in her hand, and on the table there was a cassette tape recorder. It looked like suicide. A policeman pressed play, and a woman's voice, presumably Dorothy's, was heard. "My life became too hard. I cannot bear it anymore." Then there was a gunshot, and after that, silence. The detective smirked, because he already knew that she did not kill herself. How did he know? Elementary, my dear Watson. When the policeman played the tape, it was already rewound. That means someone rewound it after the murder, because the dead woman could not have done it, right? The death of Samantha Hammett. It was a hot, sunny day when Samantha Hammett was killed in public by her own husband, Joshua. A lot of people witnessed the murder, but yet no one tried to interfere. Joshua acted within the law of his country, so he wasn't accused or punished. In fact, after killing his wife, the man simply went home. The thing is, Samantha was a condemned prisoner, and ironically, Joshua was the executioner. Weird, right? But true, nonetheless. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.